Hey, how's it going, guys? Chalconeer here with you today. After quite some time, I am back in our Civilization 6 A to Z challenge, and I'm glad to finally be back and able to do this. So, definitely got some things to explain as to why it's been so long, but nonetheless, just feels good to be here. Feels good to finally be back playing Civ 6 after it's been such a long time. We've only gone through 2 civs, and I mean, if we want to make it through all the civs, we're gonna have to get going here. So I thought, let's jump back, let's play this game again. Let's continue our challenge by playing the next leader here. We have Ambiorix of the Gaul, and we're gonna play with alternate colors, just because I want to continue using alternate colors for all these playthroughs. But yeah, it's been a while, due to many reasons. Well, one of them, of course, if you are following the channel, you'll notice that I never got an Minotaur review released. I do still hope and plan on making one of those, but part of why it's taken so long for me to release videos is because videos like that review take quite some time to edit, and if I'm doing other things or if I'm just not really feeling it, then it's gonna take some time for that to release. So because it's been pretty much over a year already since we last played, I figured let's put that to the side and keep the series going. Let's get a game going. So yeah, we'll keep the series going. I'll try and upload a review of a Minotaur at some point down the line, but for now, we're just going to keep it going. So yes, the order of A to Z. Up next we have Ambiorix, who is a leader that I have not played before, which is going to be an interesting scenario for us because the previous 2 games we've done with Alexander and Minotaur, I have played the Civ before, but because Ambiorix only released a year or so ago as part of the Frontier Pass, I haven't really had a chance to try him out. I do know how he works. I've read over all his abilities, and of course I have still been playing Civ, just recording hasn't really happened. So but no, this will be my first game playing the Gauls, so I'm pretty excited for that. It'll be kind of a different game, considering the fact that I'm not fully familiar or have an idea of what I want to do, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. So the game I have laid out here, I'll quickly mention that the only mod I have active is the historical religions mod from the past 2 games that we had, just to spice up some religion stuff. I don't think we'll be going for religion this game, but I'd like to see the different religions up around. Of course, difficulty set to Emperor. That's the difficulty of playing all these games, so that it's not super easy, but not that the AI isn't jacked up to the point where I basically have to play the game the exact same way every single time at the start of the game, because that's how DD games tend to work. There's a lot of things you can't do, like certain wonders you'll never be able to build. So cranking up to Emperor with the hope that lets us gives us more freedom with what we want to do. We are playing on the Highlands map, so I believe we played Pangaea with Alexander and just a continents with Minotaur. We're playing Highlands this time, and these maps tend to be give more land, so we are playing standard, and that is for 8 players, but because there's a lot less water and there's a lot less oceans around, we're gonna have a lot of space to expand. So I did think about maybe potentially adding 2 more players, and actually, you know what? I am going to do that. I'm going to add 2 more players, make it a bit more crowded. Yeah, just because there tends to be so much land in these maps, like Highlands, I know, Marshlands as well. Standard map size, we're going to do abundant resources because of our unique district, the Oppidum. We get adjacency bonuses from queries and strategic resources, so in order for us to have potentially better Oppidums, we're going to want to give us more of a chance to get better adjacencies. Also, not to mention that our districts in general don't get adjacencies from being next to other districts, so we're going to want to use resources when we can. Everything else is standard, not changing anything, and then the only other thing is I'm finally going to enable a game mode for one of these playthroughs. The last 2 games we didn't use any of these game modes. Of course, last 2 games also didn't include all these game modes, just because the first game I played was right before, I think, the Frontier Pass was releasing, and then the second game I was playing during Frontier Pass. But it's been pretty much a full year almost since the end of the Frontier Pass, so everything is released, everything is good to go. We're not going to have anything new anymore. You can see that since if you watch my Minotaur video, Batriu didn't exist here with Vietnam. That's going to be who we play after we're done with the Gauls. So 3 new leaders for us to play before we get to France, some familiar territory. And I am pretty damn excited for that, getting to try all these new civs that I haven't really played with as much before. So yeah, that's pretty much all the settings. I will post the map and the game seeds in the description if you first want to try out as well. But with all that, lots of talking, we can finally get the game started. So usually as the game loads, I like to kind of share or talk about what my strategy is going into this game. Now, of course, because this is a civ I'm a little less familiar with, the plan isn't going to be as set in stone. We're going to be a little flexible, but generally the Gauls like production, and so this is going to be a very production heavy game. We're going to want to maximize our production as much as possible, and with production comes the fact that you can just build kind of whatever you want. I will let Sean Bean speak here for a little.
First upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars.
Your wits will serve you well, Ambiorix. Where the size of your armies fail, use your head and gilded tongue to reclaim your land. Your allies will follow your lead, and your strong spear arm will shatter the resistance of your enemies. Fight, great warrior king.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Bean. Yeah, I always like how the new DLC ones, their lines are much shorter than pretty much everyone else, which is understandable due to, you know, I think most of the past was released during COVID, so, or if all the past was released during COVID, so probably couldn't get them to record as much as they want, had to make do with what was there. But yeah, pretty excited for this. So as I was saying, production is going to be the key to victory here, kind of, and I did actually decide what kind of victory I want to go for. So we did a domination with Alexander. Lots of fun, got to invade literally the entire world in that game. I've literally never gotten a score as high as that game before, so that was a really fun one. And then we did a score victory with a Minotaur, who we got an even higher score with, because the whole point of that game was to reach the highest score level possible, that being 2,500, like the Augustus Caesar level. So yeah, 2 games where we, I think, reached that level actually. But score is not the key here this time. What game type I will be going for, and you can kind of go with whatever you want with Ambiorix, but we're going to be trying to go in a diplomatic way, and I thought about it because I kind of want to try a different victory type for every one of these first few games. We will be doing a culture victory later anyway. Ambiorix is pretty good for culture. He's also pretty good for science. He's very flexible. You can kind of do whatever you want with him. So I thought we'll try a diplomatic victory with him, and I'll explain as to why in just a second. But we start with 4 air score, one of 2 civs to automatically start with 4 air score, because our unique unit is a warrior replacement, just like the Aztecs, Montezuma. As far as the start, I am actually kind of okay with it. I was going to say it's horrible because we have a desert right here, but I did realize that we actually have a few hills here, and I would be pretty happy if we can get the pyramids, because that will allow us to make amazing builders, and we need builders because we want to build as many mines as we possibly can. Ooh, sorry. But yeah, so the start is actually not as bad as I initially thought when I first laid my eyes on it. We can talk about what we want to do in a sec, but as we kind of go through the start here, I will explain why we're going diplomatic and how I plan doing that. We are playing with the dramatic ages mode, so we're going to have to be careful with golden ages. We're definitely going to want to try and do as many golden ages as we can. It helps that we start automatically with +4, but we're going to want to watch out with that. In terms of where I want to settle, so these are grassland hills. As I mentioned in, I think, all my games, anytime with settling cities, grassland hills aren't ideal for settling just because you're getting 2-1 anyway with your city, and settling on a grassland hill just keeps it 2-1. Whereas if this was a plains hill, we'd be starting 2-2 because of the 2 production that the tile already has. It doesn't get overwritten. That being said, while moving here might be a decent option, because we have these resources that we could use, like a quarry. We do have 2 quarries here, so that's good. But yeah, what I was saying, while it would be kind of a decent idea to move over here, I might just settle in place. And the reason for that is that we can build pyramids right next to our capital, which is something that we can't build a district next to our capital, right? Because of Ambiorix's ability, which we'll go over actually right now. Might as well. I'll try to do a little quicker than I did in my Minotaur game, but just trying to help you, the viewer, understand my thought process, how the game works, what you want to do with the Civ. So, yeah, King of the Eberons, and as always, I will apologize in advance for all mispronunciations, but I will try my damn best because I want to. So, your civilization gains culture equal to 20% of the unit's cost. Where a non-civilian is trained. Melee and cavalry ranged units receive +2 combat strength for every adjacent unit. So this part is very similar actually to Alexander with the Basilicoi. How when you train units there, you gain science equal to 20% of the unit's cost. This just downright is culture. You don't even need to build an encampment. You don't need to build a barracks. It applies anyway. So we can get culture just for training a bunch of units early on, which is pretty darn good. And then some defensive bonuses for having units next to each other, melee, anti-cavalry ranged. That +2 combat strength is pretty good defensively. Hallstatt culture, this one's pretty cool. Mines provide a minor adjacency bonus for all districts, and also a culture bomb of unknown territory, and also receive +1 culture. So getting some early mines on can help our territory expand really fast. Which is really cool because it gives us more tiles to work, obviously. And then special districts do not receive a minor adjacency for being adjacent to another district, and these districts cannot be built adjacent to city centers. So as I was saying here, if we settle here, we cannot build a district in any of these 5 tiles here. We can in these tiles, but not next to our city center. And then we want to avoid putting districts next to each other, except the government plaza, I think. I think you still get the +1 from putting that next to things. But yeah, you don't get adjacency being next to other districts, so it gives us a chance to spread our districts out, which I kind of interested with. I kind of like our Gaisate. Again, I apologize for pronunciations. Gaelic unit, ancient area unit replaces a warrior, which I just mentioned, and this unit has increased cost and receives +10 combat strength when fighting units with a higher base combat strength. Which actually, let me go back to that in a sec. +5 combat strength for district defenses. So pretty cool for taking a city really early. Not that we will, because I don't actually plan to be very warmongery this game. In fact, I would like to avoid wars at all costs. But I'll explain how we're going to actually be able to use this unit or any units in this game. So this thing, +10 combat strength when fighting units with a higher base. If this is flat, I thought I remembered this not being a flat rate, like it scales the more stronger the other unit is. I'll have to look at that though. I'll have to play around with that, test that out. But yeah, good for defensiveness. Even if you're technologically behind, you can still use these warriors to help you defend for a while. So in the early game, you're pretty good defensively with these. Now, last but not least, the Oppidum, which replaces the industrial zone. It is cheaper, like pretty much all unique districts are, I think. It is defensible as well, so it behaves kind of like an encampment where you can shoot from it. So if you get an encampment in an Oppidum in a city, you can shoot like with twice. On top of that, if you get walls, that's a 3rd time. So really good defensive benefits for the Gauls with that extra defense or extra shot. When the first Oppidum is constructed, the apprenticeship technology is unlocked. I don't know if it mentions here. Oh, and also +2 production adjacency bonus from quarries and strategic resources. So as I said, putting one next to these quarries, I don't even know if I said it, but I will say it now. Putting one next to these quarries gives +2. We kind of wanted, like, I kind of wish this was land, so we could build one right there. That'd be +4, but it is what it is. We did make resources abundant. And not to mention that it still gets the minor adjacency from mines. All industrial zones do, but for Gauls, all districts do. Yeah, but what I was saying, I don't know if it mentions it there, but oh wait, yeah. So I don't think it mentioned it in the description. It did not. But you don't unlock the oppidum or industrial zone for the Gauls in apprenticeship like most industrial zones do. You unlock it in iron working. So if we can find iron, then of course kill 3 barbarians. If we can basically run our way over here, get the oppidum real quick, build it, we unlock apprenticeship, which not only unlocks workshops for us to obviously improve our oppidum, but it also gives us man-at-arms, so we can get really early man-at-arms. And I know a lot of people kind of exploit this strategy where you just rush man-at-arms with the Gauls because of your ability to unlock it when building an oppidum. So once you get iron working, you can easily just get apprenticeship and man-at-arms. But that is an interesting thing. I don't think I will 100% rush for them, but I will keep it in mind if we want to gain advantage. Also, it replaces our unique unit, right? Because it's a warrior upgrade. So once we have that, we'll have no use for our unique unit, which I kind of want to play around with for a bit. So I don't necessarily think I'll rush to grab that, but yeah, that's a summary of the Gauls' abilities. Why am I playing diplomatic? That is something that I will slowly talk about as this game goes. I don't want to delay too much and I just end up talking for 30 minutes. I think that's how long I ended up talking for the first episode of the Nubia series. So I will try to speed up a little. We're already like 17 minutes in and I'm still talking. I haven't settled the first city because I love analyzing. We're going to go ahead and start exploring here. We're going to want to explore quite a damn bit because, as I mentioned, the Highlands map has a lot of space, and we want to get that space. But, so why are we doing a diplomatic game with a civ that has, well, I mean, okay, no, it's not a warmongering civ in the slightest. But why are we doing a diplomatic game? This civ has a lot of culture bonuses, and with its production bonuses, it should be good for science, right? But I decided to take those two and make a diplomatic game. For diplomatic game, you generally just want to play all around, mostly culture and science, because that just helps you gain more things that gives you diplomatic points. But yeah, we're going to play diplomatically, but we're still going to have an army because this is Dramatic Ages mode. And Dramatic Ages mode means there's no normal age. There is only a Dark Age and a Golden Age. I forget what they're called, but when you hit a age, you get to choose a... what do you choose usually? Anyway, the thing I forget the exact name of it. Just having a total brain fart, doesn't matter. The thing you get when you enter a Dark Age or a Normal Age or a Golden Age usually, is it a dedication? It might be dedication. You choose that and that becomes like a thing for the era. So if we're in a Golden Age, maybe we choose Monumentality, which lets you purchase builders and settlers with faith. That, all those dedications, they're not dedications anymore. Again, if they're not actually called dedications, I apologize, but whatever. They are now policies, so we'll see this later. I don't know if it actually shows the no, yeah, so it only shows up when you're in a Golden Age or anything. So yeah, they're now Golden Age policies or Dark Age policies, just like how Dark Age policies exist in the base game. Now you have Golden Age policies too, so no more dedications. They're just policies that you have to put in. And then yeah, there's no Normal Age. If you hit a Dark Age, you lose one of your cities. It just flips, becomes a rebel city, and that can be very frustrating and painful, especially if you've built up your cities for a bit. So we're going to try and avoid that. We're going to try and get Golden Ages as many times as we can. And yeah, building wonders helps with that. I think you get like +4 with every wonder you build. So we're going to basically use our production to build quite a few wonders, I would like, and increase our air score. On top of that, we're basically counting on the fact that other civs are going to lose their cities to loyalty, like they're going to hit Dark Ages and lose a city, and we're going to use our big boy army that we're going to build up to take over those cities. It's not warmongering if you're taking a rebel city, right? So yeah, we're going to get some free cities. I do know that the AI tends to suck in this game mode with that, and they just end up losing a bunch of their cities. That could happen. We could just steamroll by the time the game comes towards the end, but yeah, that's basically the gist of how I want to do this. Do a ton of air score, always be in the Golden Age, invade other cities around us that are rebel, and play nice with everyone. So yeah, so where do we want to settle? I want the pyramids. The pyramids are over here in Masonry. We have a quarry to build, and we need desert for it. So, as I said, staying here is probably, well, it's obviously a weaker option than moving here. But we do get to be next to the desert, and I get to build the pyramids immediately. That being said, I don't know. But it makes a better Petra. I can make a pretty nice Petra here if I stay here. I should have gone this way with my Gasete. I might just call it a warrior. I feel bad for saying it badly. But yeah, our Gasete. Yeah, I should have probably gone this way to see how big this desert is. Like, if I put the pyramids here... Where are you? You're here. If I put the pyramids there, I could put an Abaddana. Ooh, I could definitely put an Abaddana. What's gonna suck is I'm gonna build the pyramids before I build the Abaddana, though. Because you want to build the Abaddana and just build a bunch of wonders. It gives you +2 envoys for every wonder you build in the city. And then maybe I build Petra here. I don't know if I want this to be a Petra city. I might not make it Petra. I'll put Petra right now. But I don't think I want it to be a Petra city. And then a theater square here. It's a +6 theater square. As for Oppidum, I need to see what's around here before I plan that. We're definitely going to want the Oppidum either first or second. I don't know if I'll bother with the government plaza here. Campus is probably a good idea. I could probably put it here, especially if I don't want to do Petra. We do want a holy site somewhere, because I want to build the Mahabodhi temple. If you don't know, there are 3 wonders in the game that give you just straight up diplomatic points. Also, I'm going to have to explain a diplomatic victory at some point, because maybe you're unfamiliar with it. But basically, you need diplomatic victory points to get to a diplomatic victory. Oh, by the way, we're getting close to that 30-minute mark before I settle the city. Haha. But, so yeah, there's 3 wonders that give diplomatic victory points. One is the Potala Palace. Where are you? Right here. The Potala Palace gives you 1. The other 2 are in the civic tree. One of them is the Mahabodhi temple, which you need a holy site for. That's why I would like to build a holy site. And it gives you +2. And then the big boy of the diplomatic victory is the Statue of Liberty, which gives you +4. So altogether, they give you 7 total. You need 20 to win. I guess I'll just show it right now. If we go to diplomacy, you just need 20 diplomatic victory points, or just diplomatic points. I don't know why I keep calling them victory points. To reach a diplomatic victory. And there's many ways you can do that. Those wonders are one way. The other way, I know if you reach the tech and civic tree at the end here with all these unrevealed question marks, they will give you straight up sometimes diplomatic points. There's also passing policies, which only starts in the medieval era. So I will talk more about that in terms of getting a diplomatic victory when we get there. I'm not going to explain the voting stuff. I've already done that in my 2 previous games, but I am going to explain now the thought process of how we vote, because we want those diplomatic points. But yeah, there are other ways to gain diplomatic points. Like there's competitions and stuff that happens as well. But yeah, because I want the pyramids, and if I do want this to be a Petra, then I think I will settle in place. It's not a great start. We're going to work this 2-2, and we want to... Oh, this would be a good mine. I might remove the stone and build a mine just to get the culture bomb right away. But okay, you know what? Let's settle. Adwatuka, right? Yeah, Adwatuka, our capital. Not a great start necessarily off the bat. We do have great tiles to expand to. Like, look at that, 223, 22, 22, 22, 3 food. So it's not going to be that bad as the game goes, but as of right now, past this 2-2 tile, we don't really have anything amazing. Especially considering, honestly, after this 2-1, all our tiles are just 2 yield or less. But it is what it is. And again, I'd ideally not like to settle on a grassland hills off the bat, but again, it is what it is. 8 turns till we hit population 2. We're going to want to do a settler pretty fast. Now, I would go for a scout usually, especially because this is a Highlands map. I'm considering the Gesete. It's more expensive. That's something we need to keep in mind. So it's like, is it double the cost, I think? Replace the warrior unit increase. No, it just says increased cost. I don't know if it's double the cost. I can look that up. You know, I'll look it up right now. Might as well waste all the time talking in this episode and then later not have to do it. So, Gesete. It costs 60 production, 240 gold. The warrior is 40 production, 160 gold. Oh my god, the gold cost is that just double? That's just double. Or no, it's not double. It'd be 320. Yeah, quite a hefty difference here, but that's okay. I mean, it's understandable. It's just a stronger unit, but that does make it a little more unfortunate. So I would actually have gone for this, but 12 turns is a lot. I would like to start on our settler pretty soon, because this land actually looks pretty good. So we're gonna go for a scout. Now it does give us 2 turns before we can start building our settler, but we'll solve that when we get there. As far as tech, so I do want to get, so we want to, well, okay, we want to get the pyramids. We need to do that pretty fast, so I'll actually go for mining right away. We either want, okay, so we want to build the optimum in our capital first or second, so I might just completely rush for it, or I might build a campus or encampment first. I don't think I'll build a holy site here. Actually, why won't I build a holy site here? Holy site might actually be fine. Like, I can build one here. Our holy site adjacency is going to be doo-doo, but we can put Mahabodhi Temple here and make this a +8 theater square. And we don't get the adjacency from districts next to it, right? But we don't lose it either, so it's just normal. Yeah. Turn 1 over, guys. Thank you for coming for my 28-minute turn 1. Alright. I already started heading this way. I think I'll just come up here. We have mountains. Our scout is going to come see what we have around here.
I have filled a water bag from my people who have gone to the desert and walked empty wastes while the wolf howled, like a gambler whose family starves.
So we are right next to Wonder, and it's the Sahara El Beida. So that's interesting. Well, we could build a holy site here. Mahabodhi Temple here, right? We'd have to settle something up here, but because we don't reach with this. Petroplants might have just been scrapped because that would be way better. We're gonna go explore up there, make plans with that, but I'm excited about that wonder. It's not a wonder I've actually gotten too many times, so I'm pretty interested to see if we can use it to our advantage. Give some money. Money's not going to be a big priority this game. I do like to focus money a lot of times, but yeah, but because we're going to focus so heavy on production, money isn't going to necessarily be necessary. I say that now, and then I know that like mid-game I'm going to wish I had more money, but you can't do everything. I'm going to head down just because my scout will come out here. That's a lot of marsh. And I know it's been quite a while since I've played, so if you were for some reason only watching my channel in terms for Civ 6 content, there's been some releases that have come out, like some new stuff. One of them is the Edamananki, which gives +2 science and +1 production to all marsh tiles in our empire, and +1 science and 1 production to all floodplains. So these tiles can become pretty damn cool. We'll see if I get to it. I don't know if I will, but that's something to think about down the line. I'll keep heading down here. More marsh, my god. Yeah. I'm always tempted when I by wonders. I'm so easily tempted by wonders. That Alexander game, like a year or so ago, was like a blessing in disguise because I didn't have to build any wonders that game. Literally built not a single wonder that game, thanks to Alexander's ability. But yeah, all right. So 2 turns before we start our settler. We want to build an army. I think we will get an encampment in the city first before we get a oppidum, and then we'll build units. I think I'll put 2 turns into a monument. We're gonna want Gauls culture output can be really high, considering the fact you get 1 culture for every single mine. If you just build a ton of mines, look at all these hills. It is a Highlands map, of course, but look at all these hills. Every single mine you build is +1 culture. So if you're just working all these mines, that's a lot of culture just off mines. So getting the culture output would be pretty cool, especially early on if we can merge the Apadana, actually. Right? That'd be cool. I know since last I played, preserves didn't exist, so preserves are now in the game. I don't think I'll be really using them this game. I mean, we're focusing production, of course, and production no good for appeal. So don't think I'll be trying them too much. Maybe I'll see what happens with the Sahara, Albaida, what its layout is. I might place a preserve or something, but definitely will do like a very preserve heavy game down the line. Not this one, but we'll try and use it later games. Okay, so I've decided we're gonna do 2 turns on the monument, and then we're gonna switch off and head to the settler. I need to remember that though, because I always forget. Okay, do I want to head up, west, or down? Gonna head down. More marsh. Okay, that's that mountain is disappointing. That's a preserve spot that is not happening. I mean, these 3 can still happen, but I don't know. We met Granada, and that is a first meet, and they want a Eureka for masonry. Ooh, maybe I am playing appeal. For those who don't know, Granada gives us the Alcazar, which can give us science based on appeal. Oh, so you know what? Maybe I'll just build Alcazars here instead of that. I need a flat desert tile here if I want to use Petra. That would be nice. Alright, 1 turn until we need to switch to settler. Okay. Ooh, we've grown, so we have these 2 tiles to work now. Very nice. So we're gonna earn some money early on here. Let's switch to a settler. Please give me a flat desert tile. Yes. Okay. 1, 2. So yeah, if we settle here and then build an Alcazar here. Ooh, oh, I like this a lot. This is a holy site, right? That's a +3, and then we get to build the Mahabodhi there. Maybe I want to do it here. I don't know. It's either, yeah, I think, I don't really, I need to build the Mahabodhi. I don't have to, but I would like to build the Mahabodhi for a diplomatic victory, which doesn't mean we're going to get a religion. You know what? I might just skip the Mahabodhi this game and just make it that much more difficult for me. Yeah, maybe I'll do a campus here instead. Skip the Mahabodhi, not bother with the holy site stuff. I probably will build holy sites later, but not primarily. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, we want Petra here because I think these count, right? Please show up. Why is it not showing up? Okay. Yeah, it's desert, so it does count. You are out of here. I mean, I can just build anyone. It's a flat desert tile. There's so many things you can do with it. I'm sure we'll find a use for it eventually. I could, no, not gonna bother with the encampment there, but maybe I'll do government plaza and then encampment. I don't know. We'll see. We will build an encampment here first. I don't know where, but somewhere. Come up here just around. So yeah, it's gonna be a pretty cool city later. And we'll see what else we want to do with it. I'll probably build the Eiffel Tower in the future. I don't know. I'm not as certain about what I want to do this game as I was with my previous two games. I just know that I want lots of culture and lots of science. And an army to invade rebelling cities. Speaking of rebelling cities, that's a lot of woods. Speaking of rebelling cities, I need to find a civ to have those rebelling cities. We're done mining. I'm gonna want a builder.
Who deserves more credit?
I also want to kill you. I'm not gonna be able to, but I would like to kill you. So we're done mining. Do I just immediately go for masonry? I think I do. I need to get the pyramids down as fast as possible. I don't. A lot of meta things have changed because of some added civs, because of new wonders in the game. It kind of and obviously just patches in general. It kind of changed what the AI goes for. So the AI might prefer the pyramids more than they used to. Because of that, I kind of want to rush it so I can guarantee it. But as for when we get a builder, I might buy one. 200 gold. It'll take it'll take a while, but
It is not wisdom.
yeah. Okay. I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put policies in and just end the first episode. I know that yet again I've spent most of the episode talking, but if you're watching me, you've probably seen my last two series. You know that I like to explain what I'm doing, and I like to try and help you guys understand how I like to play or what a good way of playing the Civ is. So a lot of talking on my end in that perspective. Let's go ahead and put discipline. We want to kill barbarians, and I mean the go-to is just God King. Yeah. God King until Pantheon, and then urban planning will be put in. Those are the policies. What do we want to go for? Not in a huge rush for the government plaza, although loyalty is kind of crucial. Maybe we want early empress, so I think foreign trade. Bottom line is we want to get to political philosophy as soon as possible. For that Apadana, I'll just do foreign trade. Oh, we got some floodplains. Doesn't actually matter for us because our oppidum doesn't receive adjacency from dams and aqueducts, I don't think. So kind of a fresh way of making industrial zone adjacencies. I know so many times I see this, like this floodable rivers, and I'm just like, oh yeah, industrial zone adjacency time. Not the case here. So I'm gonna end the turn, and I think just end the episode. I know some episodes will be longer, but I see no need as to why. Yeah, I see no reason to make this episode super long. So I'll just, I mean, I played yet another turn. So this time I will just click end turn, let the turn load, and yeah, I'll end it here. So thank you guys so much for watching. More to come. Be sure to stick around. I'll release an episode pretty much every day. yeah, an exciting game on our hands. I'm interested to use the Sahara Albeida here, or Albeida. I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to say things, okay? You're just gonna have to deal with it. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get pyramids. We're gonna try and look to build an encampment here soon so we can build an army. Trying to find a civ because we want to take over their cities that flip, that they lose to loyalty because of the Dramatic Ages game mode. And yeah, I'm gonna hope to build a lot of wonders. But we'll see. We'll see the direction this game goes. I'm super excited. As I mentioned, my first time playing Gauls. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you like what you see, go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So until the next episode, I will see ya.